Unplug. Okay, that side works. Okay, that's weird. This part says microphone. Did they label the damn thing wrong? They probably did. Oh well. No microphone for today. I was trying to be slick and do a microphone. But fuck it. No microphone. If you couldn't hear me, it's because I had a headphone on. That was my bad. But yeah. Having a bad morning. Trying to check in on a house, and freaking heifer had the nerve to tell me we had too many people. 5 people for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I have 2 sons, okay? 2 boys staying in 1 bedroom. 1 woman staying in 1 room. A husband and wife staying in 1 room. Why would that be bad? And I'm paying like literally $200 and something more than what I'm paying here for a 3-bedroom. Bitch trying to tell me. Pissing me off so bad I can't even shuffle fucking cards. And right now, I'm kind of upset. And this is something I'm going to get across on my channel. If people only want to come through here for me to do readings specifically for you guys, and you think that's the only reason why you guys want to come through here is just to get free readings for yourself, unsubscribe from my channel right now, because you need to quit thinking for yourself and being inconsiderate and just fuck off. Okay? I ain't gonna play this shit. Okay? I'm doing something. I'll give free readings here and there when I can. I have not had no sleep, for one. Secondly, I'm fucking hungry. My son's cat is trying to eat my fucking Funyuns. Thirdly, I don't have to do this. I mean, there's other YouTubers that will charge you out the fucking ass to give you a fucking reading. Okay? And I'm sitting here doing this for free when I could be charging y'all per minute, per hour, per second. And I'm sitting here doing this, explaining things and doing things out of my own time, and people being inconsiderate, wanting to come in here and be like only asking things for themselves, being self-centered and being very rude, wasting my time and using me. And that's very rude and messed up. And you people don't understand how messed up that is. That's why I put on my right at my thing where I'm only doing a quick reading, 3-card spread. Whoever this helps, helps. Because I'm not going to be sitting here getting used. And I've mentioned that before. And it pisses me off that people just want to come in, ask their little petty little questions, and then just vanish. They don't want to subscribe to my videos. They don't want to like my videos. They don't want to go to my Instagram, find out who I am, go to my Facebook, befriend me or anything. They want to come in, ask their quick little questions, and just vanish from my page. It pisses me off when people do that shit. And it's like, you know what? Get the fuck over yourself. Don't be trying to come in and squander my time, squander my gift. And that's why I was at first pissed about using my ability. Pause that for a second, because my son's cat, Dio, I'm still going to do this 3-card spread. It's not going to be as quick as I wanted because he's not behaving. No, to give him twit. Behave yourself. Can you behave? That's not the answer to that question. No. What? There's something to snack on. I've been vaping and I'm hungry. Shit. Okay, back to what I was saying. And on top of it, I'm having a bad fucking morning because a lady that I went on my Facebook trying to get a house. My husband has a damn good job. Okay. I have my mom living with us. I have my two sons. We're in a 4-bedroom. We're wanting to downsize because my sons stay together pretty much all the time. Bitch got, attitude because I know she went and looked on my Facebook and she was judging me for being a witch. Because, she's acting all stupid like, well, I don't think it's going to be a big enough home for all you people. 5 people in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I can understand if I had a son and a daughter being in a room together. It's going to be 2 boys in one room. My mom in one room. My husband and me in another room. The fuck is the problem? I'm having a bad motherfucking morning. I haven't had no motherfucking sleep. I have people trying to use me for my gift. I am motherfucking pissed off. God, that baiting motherfucking. The earth is a bad place. You know what I mean? People just being rude as hell and just fucked up. Negative. And people wonder why it's hard to trust individuals. This is why. This is why I like staying in my bubble, staying in my lane. Thank you. I appreciate it, dude. I try to be real, you know what I mean? And I'm one of the people, I don't like being fake. And I don't come off pretentious. And I hate it when other people do. And I don't want people also coming in here just trying to scam me either, you know what I mean? I want people to, if people are going to come in and subscribe to my videos or come in and squat on my videos, I want them here to be for my videos and not just be like, let's go in there, let's see if she's a real deal, and then if she is, okay, then let's bump in when she's doing tarot card readings, or let's bump in when she's doing her pendulum. I mean, because they're not coming in when I'm doing anything else. Like if I'm doing like my Samhain reading, they're not coming in. Or if I'm doing like one of my witch box reviews, they're not coming in. Only time they want to come in is like I'm doing something with tarot or pendulum or something like that. Something where it's fortune. Something dealing with mind reading or psychic ability or something that, am I going to get rich, or is my husband gonna cheat on me, or is this man gonna leave his wife for me, or am I gonna win the lottery? It's like, dude, seriously, the point of life is to live life. I'm answering some basic questions to help people out, just out in the universe. I'm putting a little, cookie out there, you know what I mean? But people are just, they're so needy at times, like the first day that when people came in here and they were crowding me, I loved it. Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't do tarot card readings on myself, and I could. I do them for my mom. I do them for my kids. I do them for like other people. You know what I mean? But I started the YouTube channel because I wanted to get a message across. I wanted to help other people, and then I wanted to grow and start a career on YouTube because I wanted to get a message out there about, people with abilities, and then lead it up to where it could go into my writing, my photography, different things that I like, things that pertain to me, things that I like, you know what I mean? I agree with that. The world is, it's just certain individuals that are just so ugly, you know? That's the part that it turns me off. You know what I mean? And them judging, and then they have a nerve to be like telling you what you can and can't do, Yeah. And it makes you just want to curl into a ball and be like, no, I don't want to go out in the world no more. I really don't, and just stay in like your little cocoon of just happiness and joy and be like, I'm gonna stay here. Hell yeah. I mean, because I'm a happy person. I like having fun. I like laughing. I like, just, yeah, with my family, because the things I like. I mean, because a lot of people, because I like horror movies, I like, gore, but then I also like comedy and fantasy and fiction. And then I like my truth and then different things. And they look at me like I'm just such a weirdo. And I'm like, I'm eclectic, just like my music. I mean, the only thing I don't like is country. No, 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 no. You play country, I would probably, that's the only time I would commit murder. I would kill somebody. I mean, I can get into like opera, I can get into like classical, I can get into like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s music. I mean, rock, any type of rock mostly. I can get into any type of rock actually. Um well, there's a couple of like ska rock that I can't. I mean, I do like, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. I mean, my home, I like having, I like having I wanted a big home life because at first our home was a bit disheveled, and that's what kicked my butt. And that's one reason why I started the YouTube channel, because I know a lot of families had a lot of the same struggles that I did. And when I had my sons, I wanted to give them a lot of like what my mom and myself didn't have. And I wanted to have a big family. I wanted to, be a good mom. I wanted to, have fun with them, have their friends come over. I mean, I even had like my niece, my nephews, and I treated them like my own kids, slumber parties pretty much with them coming over, watching movies, playing video games, gorge out on food, having farting contests. um Having sing-offs because we had the karaoke games on like the Xbox. uh I mean, because the more that we had the family there with the kids, I had more fun because it's like I felt like I was making up for things that I lost. And my boys, they enjoyed it because I didn't get that with my family, because a lot of my family, they were too busy fighting. Um Thanks to one individual in my family, because my grandmother, she really split my family in two because she was really sick in the head, and no one had the guts to do anything about it. They were scared to do anything about it because of religious backgrounds, and they just let her do a lot of abuse, say a lot of things. It was a lot of mental, physical, spiritual, everything. So I didn't want my children going through it. So there was like a lot of things that I wanted to change, and a whole metamorphosis that I wanted to have with my family. And that's why I also wanted to make the YouTube, because I was like, you know what, there's probably like a lot of people that go through this. And I'm like, hearing someone my age, I'm going to be 39 in November. So hearing someone like me talk about it and seeing that I survived it, yeah, I still struggle with it. I'm not going to say I don't. There's times I think about suicide for real, and I even tell my children about it, and I tell them it's not their fault. And I was like, I have my dark times, and I go see therapists about it. I reach out for help. I meditate. I pray to the goddesses about it. I get out in nature and do my thing. Um, I do a lot of rituals to help me out. CBD. I'm trying to get off man made medicine because I don't like it. I don't really feel that it's helping me. I want to do herbology, and that's what I'm trying to get natural stuff. I'm trying to get into my shamanism as well into my witchery. I have down pat. That's not even a second thought. I'm trying to get into my Native American roots and get deep into it and study it more and learn more of it so I don't have to take man made pharmaceutical stuff because I hate it. I mean, it's a struggle, and that's all you can do is try. Thank you. I appreciate it. And believe me, I've cried on this channel. I mean, because like I've told them about my teeth, like my top teeth. I'm missing a lot of my top teeth because I quit smoking cigarettes. And I mean, I've described a lot of things in my videos. I'm 100% real about it. Um, I mean, it's just, I want people to understand that they have a support system. And that's why I want people to understand, like, they can reach out to me. I'll talk to them. I want people to understand I will comfort them. And it's not just, I want to teach them. I also want to be a helper. You know what I mean? It's not just that I'm trying to seek fame or, you know, oh yeah, it quitting smoking, I think, aside from trying to quit drinking soda, I quit drinking soda. And then when my mom had open heart surgery, then I went back to drinking soda. I put back on, I don't know how much weight from drinking soda because I was like down, I was a lot skinnier, like 100% a lot skinnier than this. It's pitiful. Um, but when she had her open heart surgery, we quit smoking, and then I went back to drinking soda. Drinking soda plus smoking the cigarettes, it decayed my teeth so bad. Um, it's not even funny. I mean, that's another thing I tell people, live through my mistakes possibly. And that's why I'm trying to be a testament to other people to let them know that, you don't always have to seek it through a book. You can seek it through spirituality that, like me, anytime that I need an answer, I can be anywhere and I literally, yeah, that's good. I mean, keep doing that with your mom because, our moms need us the most sometimes. And I do that with my mom. And sometimes that that's the best thing that we can do for our parents. I mean, because my mom says a lot of times that I'm the main thing aside from my sons that keep her going. And she's attached to my husband too because my husband's now like, her second kid now. So she said that thanks to me now she has another kid. Um, aside from my friends that adopt her. um, but yeah, our parents, I've learned, me and her, we've worked on building our relationship back together because my grandmother, she did everything trying to destroy the relationship my mom and me had because it's like seeing us close made my grandmother sick. She didn't even want my mom and me having like any sort of affection toward each other. Like it was a sin for us to have any sort of love or admiration towards each other, and it was just like weird. And it was just stupid. And I don't even understand why. So she's actually gone now. She died. Weirdly enough, my youngest son in the spiritual realm, and my son's alive, but his gift, my youngest son helped her cross over. Weirdly enough, because the day that she was passing, he was talking a lot in his sleep. Yeah, it is. My grandmother was very narcissistic, very. Um, but like I was saying, the night that she passed away, my youngest son, he was saying some really weird things in his sleep, and it sounded like he was actually talking to her. And the time that she actually was dying, he was saying really weird things, and then like seconds after he stopped talking and he went back sound sleep, they called us and let us know that she had passed away. And right after we got off the phone, he woke up seconds later, and I was like, are you kidding me? So that's an ability. Me, I had an ability that I could sense when someone was passing away. No, actually, I kind of missed her, but also then I'm kind of glad she's gone because it gave my mom a break, and it also gave me a break because I had to take care of her. And no one really took care of her the way that they should. And I worked for the state taking care of her, and it was really hard on me. I injured myself a lot taking care of her, and I messed up my back. One time I was actually walking to get quarters, and I broke my ankle by falling on concrete and screwed up my ankle. I tripped, and I didn't even notice the sidewalk was chipped from walking, and I broke my left ankle. So it was really horrible. So yeah, but it's actually good. It's better that she's gone because now my family could heal. But my family was being stupid. My family fought over her being cremated, which was the most stupidest thing I thought my family could fight over. But it goes to show. Hey, Tatiana. Um, I was just talking to Beefy for a second, but what I typically do today, I'm just gonna give I'm just gonna go ahead and do 3 cards, and I just give a reading. Um, it's just a straight out reading. I don't pick anyone out of the comments. Hey, Tanya. Um, and that's how I do it. Like today, I don't pick anyone out of the comments, and whomever that they feel that the reading pertains to, you don't have to say, "Oh, it's me." Um, it's just if you feel it's pertaining to you, then you can take the reading that I'm giving and you can just use it to your own, personal uses, because I don't call nobody out because I do it a little bit differently now than when I do. Like I say, I pick someone out of the comments because I do it for free because I don't charge nobody. A lot of YouTubers sometimes do charge me. I don't because I do it a lot differently. Um, because I feel that I was blessed. I agree 100%. Um, but yeah, I don't really, and see, that's my thing too. And I'm gonna say this on my channel again. When I don't typically do personal readings, everybody jets, and that's why I get mad. All right, Beefy, that's cool. I'll go ahead and start doing the reading real quick so I can go ahead and get it out of the way. I appreciate it, hun, but see, that's what I was talking about. If I don't do a specific reading for someone. Everybody wants to leave, and oh wow, you were from the Netherlands. Yeah, I forgot about the time difference. All right. My readings are really different because I pull up a full definition, I read it, and then I get a feeling, and then the spirits around me start coming around, touching me, and because spirits talk to me, and I need to hit the bait. Woo! And she popped. And I don't vape nicotine. This is only CBD I hit. Girl does not hit nicotine. Oh, hails to the no. Okay. First card flipping. Nine of Swords. Okay, let's go to the meaning. All right. Now, I actually go to the meeting, so I'll be clicking back and forth on the computer. So if anybody types anything and I'm not answering you real quick, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's I'm going back and forth on the dashboard. So give me a minute to answer you back. No. Okay. Nine of Swords. Okay. And it's upright. So this is anxiety, hopelessness, and trauma. All right. All right. Full meaning. All right. Fear, anxiety, negativity, breaking point, despair, nightmares, and isolation. The Nine of Swords depicts a woman that is sitting on her bed while she holds her head in her hands. It appears as though the woman has just awakened. Wait, this is Nine of Swords, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Making sure I'm reading the right one. Because this one gives a typical reading of don't stress there. The universe will guide you to let you know all coming. Okay. Well, if you're leaving, you have a good morning, and I will see you on my next videos. I post most of the time weekly. I just took a little break. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to go back to the readings, and then after I'm done doing the interpretation, then I'll start getting a feel for it. Because, see, it ain't a woman sitting on the bed. My card's a little bit different because I have Atlantis cards, but I give a little bit more of a reading. It's a dude in a battle. All right. Let me go back to it. Okay. She had just awoken from a bad nightmare. She seems to be upset, anxious, and fearful. Nine of Swords are hanging on her wall, and a carving that depicts a person defeated by another can be found in her bed. The quilt has been decorated with various astrological symbols and roses. Here we can see the same woman in that we saw earlier in the Eight of Swords, and perhaps she was finally released, but haunted by the nightmares of the suffering she endured while she was left and deserted. The Nine of Swords is often associated with fear and anxiety about all the things that worry you and keep you up at night. Sometimes this card can be associated with trauma, one which may be shameful for you to confide with others about, and all the psychological responses that come from experiencing that trauma. Sometimes this card can be associated with trauma, one which may be shameful for you to confide with others about. When we are never released from the entrapment depicted in the Eight of Swords, we escalate into the Nine of Swords, where we are plagued by nightmares. The Suit of Swords is one that is concerned with the mind, with logic, with intelligence, and with communication. But somehow the Nine of Swords was caught on the destructive end of the mind, the one which turns inward on itself, multiplies, and festers. Questions are plaguing you, and you find yourself reciting all the possibilities, all the things that can happen to you. You are haunted by what could be. There is a sense of repetition with this card. That's the same event which has troubled you before, and one which you manage to either repress or run away from, is coming back again. Sharing your grief does at least provide an outlet for your pain and may release you from carrying this burden alone. Is there anyone that you can feel comfortable speaking to? Sharing your grief does at least provide an outlet for your pain and may release you from carrying this burden alone. In this case, where it is less about trauma and more about general anxiety, analyze yourself and think if this is a feeling that is within your control or there is other factors that contribute to your anxiety. Concentrate on the matters which you can control and learn to ask for help. Upright love meaning. Not trusting partner, suspicious of partner regret from the past. Upright career meaning. Anxiety, paranoia, stress from work. No coping mechanism. Upright financial meaning. Panic about finances, all consuming worries, feeling deprived. Tarot meaning upright, Nine of Swords. Anxieties and fears can escalate when the Nine of Swords tarot love meaning. Some nightmare situations may be keeping you up at night. Often this card suggests that the fears are not as terrible as they are in your head. You may be struggling with guilt, remorse, insecurity, trusting your partner, or mental health issues. You need to understand for yourself whether these feelings are truly rational. Anxiety may be causing you to avoid looking at the problem and facing it head on. But if you look, wrong word, but if you took the effort to open your eyes, you may find that you can work through these issues. If you're single, past relationships can be a source of remorse, sadness, and regret, and these feelings must be worked through before going into another relationship. Career meaning for upright Nine of Swords. Stress and anxiety are the biggest features of your current work situation right now. Sometimes this card can also be a point to paranoia, and that the things are really not as bad as you believe that they are, which can be good news. Regardless of the circumstances, work may be incredibly overwhelming right now, and you may reach a burnout point. If you continue without changing anything, if stress is due to external factors, you may need to take concrete action, such as searching for somewhere else to work or changing your career path. If your stresses are mostly due to anxiety and mental health issues, you may need to learn how to think more positively. Internal shifts may be needed, and you may benefit from help or professional or a trusted friend to give you a more objective view or everything. Financial meaning. Financially, you may be under a lot of pressure and stress right now. The suffering you are feeling is real. But the Nine of Swords often points towards anxiety and worries that come from exaggerating the situation instead of looking at it realistically. If this is the case, your panic may be from your own negative thinking. It may be helpful to enlist outsiders' perspective to give you advice on what you can do. Okay, now with this card, I would say this person, whomever this card is truly for, this person really needs to calm down, and either they have a lot of anxiety issues, and either they're not getting their anxiety looked at, taken care of, but they have a lot of anxiety. They're under a lot of stress. They've had a lot of stuff going on in their life. They're completely overwhelmed. They have so much on their plate. They are overburdened. They constantly work, 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 work. The job they're in, they feel like it's a dead end job. They're burning out. Like they're literally at the end of their candlestick. They, you know, they feel that their relationship, they don't know if they really can trust the partner they're with because of past relationships when they've been hurt, and they've never really taken the time or been given the time to heal right. And they wanted to be happy for so long, and they wanted to be with someone because they were lonely. So what they did is they jumped into a relationship before giving themselves time to heal. They quickly went into another bed sheet before allowing those bed sheets to cool off, they went into and kept the bed sheet warm before even giving it time, the proper time just to chill, you know? So this person, their biggest fear is being alone. They will rather be abused either in a job on top of it. So they lack any type of self-love, and they'll keep taking it, and they need just one, calm down, calm their anxiety, and just take a breather, because they're going to burn out themselves, and they need to actually confide in someone that really knows them well, like a best friend that they've known for a long time, that's really there, that has their back, that they listen to, or a sibling, perhaps someone that they actually listen to and be like, hey, give me some advice, or maybe a doctor, someone that they actually fully on head on trust, and be like, I need some advice because I'm not happy. I don't know what's going on. Everything that I'm trying is not working. I keep feeling like everything in my life is just like bleh, and they need to ask the questions, because clearly everything that's going on in their life keeps leaving them to the same situation. I mean, because all I'm seeing is anxiety, 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 and overworked, overburdened, overburned out, and it's just the same forebodingness. And it's just like, this person, I feel sorry for, to a point, because I've been in this situation. Like when I was a teenager, when I was like 18, 19, I was in that boat. I still have anxiety, but I've gotten it under control. It's a lot better. I'm not perfect, and no one's ever going to be perfect, but to this point, this person has no control over it. I mean, and when they're also having paranoia, that's not good. I mean, when you're sitting there overlooking your shoulder, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, that's not good. I mean, that's scary. And for this person, they need help. And whomever this person is, I mean, my heart right now, I feel so bad. I mean, and I literally can feel the energy of this person when I'm giving the reading, and I can feel it, and the energy is just like so chaotic. It's just so rambunctious, and it's just like so. I mean, it's like the person had like 20 cups of espresso, not coffee, espresso, like full cups of espresso, if you know what I mean. So it's like, damn. All right, so that's the first card. Second card is Queen of Swords. Oh, Jesus Christ. Pobrecito. Poor baby. Oh my God, you're not catching a break. Swords are not fun. I'm gonna have to hit some vape. Jesus Christ. Jesus. I'm gonna need a shot of tequila after this one. At least it's upright. Complexity. Perceptive. At least they're perceptive. Clear mindedness. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the first one was kind of like their past tense, kind of like off to the past. This one is more like future tense, the Queen of Swords. I didn't get to explain that part. Um, so this one's more like right now, the Queen. So they're honest, they're independent, they're principled, they're fair, they're constructive, they have criticism, they're objective, and they're perceptive. So they do have good qualities. So they don't have bad qualities. So with them having the abuse, and a person that is abused, they do typically have good qualities anyway, because a person that's been abused, like that, it has really bad anxiety and they're jittery and all that. Normally people like that are really kind-hearted anyway. So that's typical. The Queen of Swords wears a stern look as she sits high on a throne, looking off in the distance, a queen of the air element that the sword represents. Her place in the cloud shows that no one can trick or fool her. The sword in her hand is pointed towards the sky, whereas the left hand extended like it is offering something. The Queen of Swords gives up the gift of judgment for everyday decision and having the flexibility to take in knowledge from others. The upright meaning. The Queen of Swords is an archetype of an older, wiser female intellect. She could be thought of as the most masculine of all the queens, and may come off as quite stern and emotionalist. This card represents the importance of making judgment without relying on emotion alone. The Queen of Swords beckons you to look at all the facts before making a decision. This queen does this queen does have compassion, which is why she has her hand reaching outwards and offering. But she wants to connect to people using an understanding that is intellectual. La 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 la. This card also means that you will need to become independent with your judgments. You must rely on the unbiased intelligence, which has you researching alternative viewpoints and thinking carefully on your decision. Compassion and empathy in these cases can distract you from your task. So you need so you need you they didn't type that right. So you are trying to keep a strong objective view while avoiding getting emotions involved. I'm gonna have to tell them they didn't type that right. The Queen of Swords can also be about the way that we speak with others. This queen has the ability to tell people the way it is. This allows her to get her point across, so there is no confusion about is said, what is being said. Above all, the truth is important to her, so she feels no need to soften her comments, thoughts, or opinions. She also expects the same frankness from others. She's blunt. So this means that you need to be clear with everything that is being said, even if it may hurt. Upright love meaning. Picky about lovers, independent partner, boundaries. Career meaning. Constructive criticism, wise guidance, respect and field. Finance meaning. Acting with logic and reason. Financial clarity. I mean, so the thing is, she may have had issues like with some things Zillion in her past though, but it sounds like she does have a good head on her shoulders, or he, because it still could be a man having, the Queen of Swords. I don't know why I'm saying she all of a sudden. Is it a she? The ghost must be touching me and making me think it's a she. I don't know why. I'm thinking it's a chick. So, okay. This person represented by the Queen of Swords can be a loner. She is very disconcerting about the people she surrounds herself with. Her intellect is sharp and perceptive, and her determination can be rather intimidating to those that do not know her well. Underneath her shell, however, she can be loving and loyal, though she may still prefer to avoid grand romantic displays. If this is someone whose heart you'll like to win, you'll need patience, as this queen does not easily let down her guard. If this card doesn't represent a person, the Queen of Swords tarot love meaning can suggest a time when you are looking for both independence and self-sufficiency alongside your partnership. This queen values her own space and identity. You may have to make some adjustments to create clarity and boundaries in your relationships. Career meaning. The Queen of Swords can point to either someone more senior or yourself in a career tarot reading. This person is wise, honest, and may be a source of constructive criticism. They can offer great advice on how to proceed in your own career. If this card represents you, you may be at a period in your life when you are able to get much respect from your colleagues. You are able to effectively communicate your sharp ideas as well as combine them with a strong place of empathy. You'll likely have a strong reputation due to your integrity and your fairness. Financial meaning. When dealing with financial matters, you'll need to act with consideration, logic, and wisdom right now. Have a clear balance between heart and head. If you'll be asking if you, if you're being asked to help with someone's financial situation, look at things fairly from both your perspective and theirs. Things can be usually This can usually mean being able to give assistance but with no boundaries. Put together a contract or payment plan. Set some rules. This queen is also sharp and perceptive, noticing all things to make sure you have clarity about your financial situation. All right. So it seems like, with this moving into her current situation or his current situation, that when they ask for the advice and they rely on whomever they get the advice from, they actually get really good advice when they rely on the friend, the family member, or whomever. They give them good advice. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to put a solid head on my shoulders. I'm going to apply this information. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm going to beat this. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to leave this job. I'm going to go to one that is better suited for me. I'm not happy here. This is not what I like. I'm going to go to this one. This is more suited for me. And I'm going to keep applying until I get this job. Or maybe they can get the job just like that, because maybe they're going to school and they just need to finish up. Hard telling. Never know. But it seems like, everything flip modes for them. And it's, they have a very good skill set, obviously. I mean, they're due diligent, they're honest, they have everything going. And this person, it sounds like they're going to have a magnanimous career ahead of them. And then they also have a wonderful, wonderful head on their shoulders. And I have to applaud them because most people. Thank you. What's your name, Beefy? I feel weird calling you Beefy. I appreciate it too, dude. Thank you. Soda. I gotta drink a little bit of Sprite. I ran out of tea. Gotta empty it out. Ugh. Ah. You have the same name as my husband. That is rad. My husband's name is Jacob. That is cool. That is really cool. That is a coincidence from heck, man. Oh my gosh. That is actually pretty cool. That is cool. But his is spelled with a C, not a K. That is actually pretty cool. All right, that's cool. So I'll call you Jake. Alrighty. We got one more card to go. This is this person's future. So it sounds like they're going to do good. So whomever this is, I'm proud of them because thank you. I'll let him know. It'll make him feel good. Sweet. I actually follow a Jake. I follow Jake Monroe. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. Besides, I follow Jeffree Star. I follow Jeffree Star forever. I've been following him since MySpace days. Mary Magdalene, I followed her since MySpace. She's like one of my favorite singers. I love that girl. Sean Smash, he was like one of my favorite guitar players. Who else? Shit. My mom used to talk to Corey Taylor like ages ago, and I thought she was full of crap. It's like when he first started touring, and she was talking to him when he first made like Stone Sour, and I was like, Stone Sour? And then I'm over here like worshiping Slipknot. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. And then I found out he had Stone Sour, and she's over here talking to freaking Corey Taylor, and I'm like, oh my god, my mom's talking to Corey Taylor, and I'm over here having a shit fit, and I'm like, my mom is talking to fucking Corey Taylor, and I'm like losing my mind because I love freaking Corey Taylor, and I'm like, and my mom, she had this huge, like, big page on MySpace where she, like, literally sponsored, like, I don't know how many bands, like, from 69 Eyes, Godsmack, Disturbed, Korn, uh, shit, who else did she have on there? Shit, I'm trying to think who else. Shine Down, not Shine Down. Shaman's Harvest. I'm trying to think. There was like so many bands because they barely started out. Like Flyleaf when they first started, and then I found that they were kind of like religious, but then I still liked them because they started off in Belton, Texas. But I still loved the chick's voice, and weirdly enough, a lot of my friends knew her, and I kind of knew her. So I was like, okay, cool. Kind of finding out you know famous people, and you're like, oh, that's cool. It's like, okay, rad. I was like, awesome. And then I had a chance to be that way, but it kind of slipped through my fingertips like freaking 3 times. So I was like, yeah, I'll get there one day. One day. Maybe before the world ends. If. Yes. Right now, one of my favorite songs, and I know you're gonna laugh, it's Ozzy Osbourne. And what's his name? I have his name on the tip of my tongue. Damn it. My son loves him too. Damn it. It's Take What You Want From Me. Ugh. Let me pull it up. I need to get my other YouTube up. Damn it. I know his name because he's been on Ghost Adventures, and I know his name. And I love him because he's also got Native American in him too, and he's a rapper. Son of a bitch, and I love him. And he's gonna kick my ass. No. What is his name? I feel like a dick. Hang on a minute. Give me a minute. I'll find out what it is. Post Malone. There we go. Yeah, it's Post Malone. I feel like a dick for not knowing that. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that song. That song's good. I like that one. And because it's weird because he made that song when he got robbed. I felt so bad for him. Now we got a powerhouse card. High Priestess. That's the future card. And it's upright. So let me get that as the major arcana. Yeah, I like a lot of different songs. I mean, I'm into a lot of heavy music. I mean, I used to be in heavy rap, like when I was younger. Like, back in my earlier days, man, like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Puff Daddy, shoot, everybody else like the Mafia and all that. I'm like, bleh. 3-6 Mafia and all that. I was like, they suck. So, sorry, Tatiana. All right, so now we're on the High Priestess. I'm gonna go ahead. Dang, you're only in your 20s, Jake. Man, One of these days, I'm gonna go ahead and get on here and just put a whole bunch of music. I'm gonna type it up and just let y'all randomly listen to it. I'll kind of like DJ. I'll be like reading some stuff and I'll just type some music and just let y'all listen while I read. Okay, Tatiana. I bet you Rihanna. Who else do I like? That's younger. I like some Ariana Grande. Who else do I like? I like some Fifth Harmony. I like some Demi Lovato. I like some Marshmello. Who else do I like that's younger? I like some of the newer, like some of Britney's newer songs. Britney Spears, some of it. Um, who else? I'm eclectic. There's some bands I like, and then there's some I don't. It just depends on which ones it is. So I have like a huge eclectic, like Lady Gaga. I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan. I'm a huge Pink fan. Like I love them. Those are my girls right there. Pink and Lady Gaga. I love those girls. I love them. Missy Elliott. That's my bitch. I love Missy Elliott. That's my girl. Her. I used to love Sierra. Who else? Like I'm a Boy. That was my jam back in the day. Oh my god. I used to sit there and jam out on my husband's Camaro. Like had people like driving by looking at me like I lost my mind. They were looking at me like, the fuck? I'm like, don't look at me. I'm fine. All right, let me go ahead. I'm getting sidetracked. Let me read the High Priestess because I'm getting all off here. Okay, High Priestess. Okay, the upright meaning is intuitive again, unconscious, an inner voice. Okay, so this person is going to get into spiritualness. Yes. I'm eclectic as hell. Like my mom, she started me off like in my youth from like Led Zeppelin and Aerosmith, Rolling Stones, Bob Seger. Who else did she get me into? Well, I fell in love with the Grateful Dead myself because some of their music, and I like seeing them in Bones being all silly. That shit I loved myself. She liked Cars, ZZ Top. Tina Turner was mine. I love Tina Turner. That's my girl. Who else? So my mom was a rocker chick. She liked Cinderella. She liked Def Leppard. Lita Ford. Shit. Like, she liked my mom was eclectic as fuck back in the day. I mean, Loverboy. Shit. I mean, because she liked disco and then she liked rock. And then, like me, I even like 50s and 70s and 60s music. And then like I said, I like classical, I like opera, and then I like industrial, and then I like what they call soundware and wave. I even listen to some Korean. I listen to some Korean pop. I don't know the name of the bands, but I listen to it. I also listen to like Hispanic music. I like salsa. I like cumbia. I mean, I like Puerto Rican music. I like dubstep. Reggaeton. I mean, there's so many different types of music out there that is just like totally undeniably not even listened to. I think it pisses me off. Like when I watch like MTV Music Awards, they have no rockers out there. It's all and no offense. I like my hip hop. I like my rock. I like my pop. Don't get me wrong. I like all that, okay, but I would like to see some rockers out there. I miss like seeing like Slash out there playing his guitar and shit. I miss seeing rockers on MTV show, like like MTV and the music awards. I miss seeing rockers, because honestly, they liven up shows. They get it crazy. You know what I'm saying? When you see rockers at shows, they liven up stuff. They get you pumped. And if you get a rocker out there and then you bring out some hip hoppers next and you bring out pop stars and you bring some more rockers, if you get it eclectic, you get the show livened up. It changed because the last time they had rock stars out there was in Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then the stupid dumbass from Foo Fighters fucked it up. He was out there climbing all over the shit, and I'm like, oh, you dumb motherfucker, you gonna fuck shit up, and he did. It was a lead singer from Foo Fighters. He literally climbed up the fucking top of the motherfucking tower, and he was up there being stupid, and then fucking Flea did it. I was like, oh, you dumbasses. And they were being stupid, and then Kurt had to do it, and then Anthony Kiedis had to do it, and I'm like, why? I was dying. I was actually, I watched it every year because I would come home from like our dances and shit from middle school. And this stuff was going on like when I was in middle school. I was like 12. Like no, it was like started when I was like 11, 12, 13, 14. I would come home every, from every dance. It was literally every dance. I'd come home. It would be on MTV Music Awards, MTV Movie Awards. I would live to come home and see those. And I would wait to see the rockers. I would wait to see the hip hop. I would wait to see the pop. I would wait. That's what I liked because it would liven it up. When they stopped showing rock and they would just show them, it was dull. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like to see them too, but it's like you need to have more selection. It's not that I'm being unselective. I like to have more variety. It makes it more interesting to hear different types of music. Like Lenny Kravitz. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I have a musical hobby. Yes, I do. My music on Pandora and iHeart is, oh my god. My CDs when I had them, I had like books of CDs that I was telling them they needed to let me DJ. They needed to let me freaking DJ. I mean, if they let me DJ anywhere I'd be at, I would sell out the whole entire place. Me DJing, I'd have people coming in every night wanting to party. Like if I had like a roller skating ring, people want to come in roller skating every night I worked. Any club I'd be at, the club would be sold out every freaking night because it would be bumping. I never did. I wanted to DJ, but I think they were more intimidated for me to DJ because they knew how crazy I'd be if I did. And they know the type, like how I would do certain music and I'd hype the place up. And I don't think they would handle the hype because everybody would be dancing. And I'm like, dude, that's what you need to do. You need to make them dance. You need to make them tired. So when they go home, they pass the fuck out and they wake up energized the next motherfucking morning. That's what they need. They come here to exercise, motherfucker. This is a gym. That's the whole point. You go to a club to dance, not to sip on a little martini and sway. You go in there to dance. It's like, seriously. I mean, that's why I always wanted to DJ. And I had so many things I wanted to do. So I was like, you know what? That's why I wanted to do the whole spiritual thing. So here on my YouTube, hey, today I'm just doing a random reading just out there in the open. Um, it's just, it's not for anyone specific today. I'll probably do that one later, probably next week. So if you want to stop by next week, that'll probably be next week, sweetheart. If you want, shoot me. Freddy and Jason is fighting in my phone. See? Freddy and Jason. How much I like it. Man, I want you so bad. Believe me, I do. I really, really do. I mean, I would have fun doing it. I mean, there would be so much different things I'd have fun doing. And the only thing is it would need to be the right club, because I don't, it can't be like with a bunch of cowboys, cowgirls. I can't do that. It couldn't be a bunch of ghetto people. It'd have to be eclectic people. You know what I mean? People like freaks. You know, like I'm a freak. Like rave, goth, vampires, witches, werewolves, a mix of everything. You know, a colorful combination of people, people that don't judge anybody. You know, your randomness. You know, I want everybody in there. No one that's going to be hating anybody. Just a whole random, colorful rainbow of aesthetic people. And yeah, country music wouldn't work. Hell no. I tried to do all that, the stupid Cotton Eye Joe shit. Seeing me trying to do all that, that shit was funny. Okay, I'm getting. Hang on. Let me do the reading thingy. I got all sidetracked. Hang on a minute. Okay, reading. Okay, the High Priestess, unconscious, intuition, mystery, spiritual. I knew it. High power, inner voice. Okay, let me get it Sprite. Talking a lot. I never do a quick reading. It never happens. You've most likely encountered the High Priestess before. Okay. But in other forms. She can be seen in the archetypes of Persephone, Artemis, Isis. I call her Isius, but other people say Isis, but whichever, and many more. When you encounter her, you will see her sitting on a cubic stone between the two pillars at Solomon's temple. Jachin and Bozar. Jachin right is generally referred to as the pillar of establishment, and Boza left is the pillar of strength. The pillars are depicted, or the pillars are also depict the duality of nature, masculine and feminine, good and evil, negative and positive. My favorite thing. That's what I talk about all the time. Duality. The high priestess location between the two suggests that it is her responsibility to serve as a mediator between the depths of her of the depths of the reality. She is the third pillar, the path between. She believes that both pillars are equal and there is knowledge to be learned in both worlds, which I totally believe that wholeheartedly. You will also notice that she wears the crown of Isius or Isis, whichever one you prefer, which can be which can mean that she is a believer of magic. The high priestess wearing the solar cross denotes that she is connected to the season of Earth and the Earth itself. The crescent moon at her feet is seen also in many depictions of the Virgin Mary. That's actually pretty cool. Mine looks different, but I'll show y'all in a minute. And means that she has a complete grasp over her emotions, and pomegranates referred to the ambition of the priestess. I don't have pomegranates on mine. Well, I'm getting some new decks anyway, so I actually ordered like 3 new decks. Upright high priestess meaning. The meaning of the high priestess is related with inner knowledge. Her appearance in a reading can signify that it is time for you to listen to your intuition, rather prioritizing your intellect and conscious mind. When the high priestess shows up, it can depict an archetype known as the divine feminine, the mysterious female that understands and holds the answers to the deep unknowns. So this actually might be a male it's talking about. Religion, self nature. She represents someone that is intuitive and beginning to open to her or his spirituality. Meditation, prayer, and new spiritual work is indicated. The card itself shows a nighttime scene, meaning that the world in which she protects and guards is one that may first seem frightening, but has the potential to lead us into the growth of the self. When she appears in a reading, she is calling to you to listen to her message and to follow her into your own depths. There is searching within you to be done for the answers that you seek. The answers to the questions you have are within, not without. Upright love meaning remain patient in love, calm exterior with inner passion, intimacy. Upright career meaning education, creative inspiration, guide, mentor, use instinct. Upright financial meaning keeping your financial situation private. So that means no telling anyone. Huh. All right. So the upright priestess love meaning. The high priestess in a love tarot reading can signal almost in impeccable and unconscious conscious changes in one's emotional state. A calm surface can hide intense emotions, and even seemingly simple dates can turn into raging passions. The High Priestess Tarot love meaning suggests that one needs patience and trust for your intuition. Be honest with others and yourself, and let what is hidden come to the surface. In a relationship, the High Priestess shows increasing intimacy and openness. In a love tarot reading, this card signals that honesty is essential to making your relationship as strong as it can be. Okay. Career meaning. When it comes to your career, High Priestess may signal a period of education or higher learning. You may be returning to school for training. If you're in a creative field, this card also can suggest new inspiration coming into your work. When making big choices about your future career or projects, the High Priestess also suggests relying on your gut instincts. There's likely a lot of information there that will aid you. At times, this card can also signal the appearance of a mentor or guide that can help you progress further in your work. Financial meaning. Since the High Priestess is related to mystery and the unknown, be wary of discussing your financials with others. This card suggests keeping your financial situation hidden. Alternatively, if you're being presented with the opportunity to put your financial finances into use, your intuition will know whether this is a good choice or not. Take some time to probe feelings. If there are red flags, something won't feel right. Listen to those feelings. So, I know who it's talking about. Who is it talking about? Okay, my high priestess card, how she looks. She looks totally different. That's why I like my cards, because my cards don't typically look like your typical normal cards. That's why I like mine. I'm actually gonna get the old school cards so they don't like trip me out so much. Because that's what these ones are. Tarot of Atlantis. Because I'm a Scorpio, so I'm a water sign. So anything that's water, I'm drawn to water like a mug. and other things. So, one, honesty in the future is definitely going to lead to a lot of key things. So, being open and honest is definitely going to help this individual. So, this person's got a lot going for them, a lot. And it seems that they're scared of opening up because of their past, it seems like. So, it seems like for a while they're going to be able to open up about things, but then it seems like someone's going to come along that's going to be bad news in the financial situation area that they're going to have to be very precautious about. So they're going to have to be careful about. So later down the road, and I never really know the time frame in the future for these, so I can't give a timestamp. That's the only thing, because when I do the 3-card spread, I do past, present, and future. Um, Now, if I do the specific timestamps, those ones are a little bit closer precisely. I give it at least 4 or 5 years to that. The 3-card spread, it could be anywhere from 5 to 8 years, depending typically. Maybe less, depending on situations. It could be sooner, it could be later. It just depends on current situations, depending on where the person is. They could easily speed things up, or they could change the complete outcome of the reading, because hands of fate can easily change. It always depends on the individual, because we are given that chance. Because that's one thing that I also try to teach people. A lot of people don't understand, and it's also what I try to teach people. And it's typically about religion, and it's even about tarot card readings, and it's what I try to open people's minds up about, like typically like about Bibles. And it's not that I'm trying to brainwash people, I'm trying to open people's minds up to get them to understand, yes, tarot cards are man-made. I don't have to use tarot cards to fortune tell. I don't have to use crystal balls. I don't have to use pendulums. I don't have to, I could scribe. I could get a pencil and a piece of paper and I can have spirits talking through me. I could do various different things. I don't have to have man-made objects to actually have spirits or other higher alternate beings talk to me. I don't have to have a man-made object to connect with a higher alternate being. And I try to tell people that you need to get your mind away from being a sheep. Because the way I feel about the Bible is it's fake. There's some truth in it that they took from pagan history and then they dressed it up to create a brainwashing mechanism. Because to me, if we can change our destiny and our fate and we can alter the outcome, then why can't we fight against the end of the world? Why can't we fight against what they believe in? Why couldn't we conquer the supposed Antichrist? Why couldn't we conquer certain things? Why can't we fight against all this stuff? Because they're just following, they want the world to end. I was raised in a very, very strict Christian home, and to me that's why I tried to help people. And yeah, it's personal, but I try to get people to like Matrix. Hey, I'm just having a little discussion. I just finished the tarot reading, sweetheart. If you're wanting a reading, you can stop by next week, and I'm picking up tarot readings next week. This week I was just doing a random reading. Next week I'll probably go ahead and do a reading, a couple of readings for some people if you're wanting one. Right now I'm closing up and just talking about beliefs and just talking about freeing people's mind and stuff like that. um, just like my belief on man-made things and why people just follow in command to things, and me being that I'm spiritual and the way that I feel things, and I connect with spirits and I can feel spirits and they talk through me and I hear them and I feel them and I see them. And like I was talking to BP and I was telling him, that's, being raised in a Christian home a long time ago and me embracing my witch roots, and that I'm also Native American and I also have, Irish, Scottish, and Dutch and everything else. Well, I'll still explain it so other people can watch it. That I don't understand why people don't stand up and fight. They just follow it. Like, I feel like everybody is in a sheep outfit and they're following this herder and he's got a cane and they're just walking into this meat market and they're just following into this meat cycling plant and just getting ground up and they just don't care. And they're just meat for the mass. And it's okay. They don't mind dying. They want just to hurry up and die. And they don't care that they're killing the planet. They're polluting the planet. They're condemning the planet. They just want to hurry up and die and think that they're going to get to this earth. They're going to get to heaven. And they're evil towards people. They're rude. They chase you down. They spit at you pretty much. They tell you rude things. They say rude things to children. Yeah, I totally agree. But the thing is like, if I see someone struggling, I go to them and I try to help them up. Like, I shared this story a while back. I had went and got a mammogram done because my family and our family, the female gene, we all have female cancer. My grandma, Emma, she got cancer in her breast, all female, everywhere. And the ovaries, the cervix, colon, anywhere you can get cancer at female, she got it. So all the girls in my family have to get checked. So I went to go get my boobie squished. And I was waiting to get my feedback. And this lady walked out and she started crying. And I'm an empathy on top of it. So me being in empathy, and I felt her emotion, I couldn't help it. I got up, I went to her and I tapped her on her shoulder. And I'm like, ma'am. And she's like, yes. And I said, would it be okay if I gave you a hug? And I mean, just a look on her face. I mean, and she just started crying and she said yes. I mean, I just sat there and I just gave her a big hug because there's no one there with her. There was no one there for her. But at that time, I felt that she needed me more than anything. And so my comfort there for her was something that she needed. And people tend to forget that you need to be there and need to forget yourself sometimes and just be humane, be sweet, be kind, be gentle. Put your own bullshit aside and think about somebody else for once. And I typically try to do that for someone else, like paying it forward, being a kind person. That's what I try to do. And I don't see Christian people doing that. I don't see religious people doing that. They're supposed to be doing that. They don't do that. They're all about me. They're selfish. They're greedy. They pretty much embody every seven deadly sin. They're vain. They're lazy. They're gluttons. Every seven deadly sin that I can think of, they embody it themselves. And I'm sitting here like, and y'all think y'all going to heaven? They, for one, break every 10 commandment themselves. They do. They don't honor their neighbors. They don't honor the Sabbath day. They do everything on Sunday. I don't see any of them relaxing, honoring Jesus on Sunday. I don't see them doing anything like they're supposed to do. I mean, seriously, they don't understand what the Ten Commandments do, and they're supposed to follow those like, what's up? And it's just like, you people are stupid. And they don't understand what living a Christian life means. It means that you are, one, supposed to live a life that when I see you walk by, you're supposed to look like a glowing motherfucking fairy to where I'm like, I want to be like you. You're supposed to encourage me to be like you and leave my life behind. I don't want to be like you. You're an evil, foul motherfucker that I don't. My ass don't want to be nothing like them. They are the rudest, evilest, sadistic, manipulating, sad, sadistic motherfuckers I have ever seen in my life. I have never seen a coolest motherfucker. I mean, seriously. You know, sitting here telling a 5-year-old that you're going to go to hell, a 5-year-old, a 5-year-old. Have some respect. It's a child. I mean, that's why I try to tell people common decency. You can sit there, you can teach a child right from wrong, you can teach a child about something. You can still, even if, say for instance, if religion was correct, you can still teach a child the right way. And then when a child understands, then you can start teaching them about heaven and hell. For instance, if it was correct, if it was, quotations in the air, I believe that there is something past this. The way I see it, that there is a great council above us, the great deities, the great gods and goddesses, because I feel that there's a lot of them above us because there's so many, because of a lot of our nationalities, a lot of the historical ones from, the Irish, the Scottish, the Dutch, the Native Americans, the Polynesians, the Samoans. You have so many, the Netherlands, the Norwegians. I mean, you have so many, and I think there's so many, and you can call them aliens, you can call them gods, you can call them deities. They have so many different names because no one knows really what to call them. And of course, the religion, they try to be the big baddies and say, oh, we only have one, because they're trying to be the most scariest. They want you to follow them because, oh, we don't need all these. We only need one. You guys have to have so many because yours ain't that great. It's like, dude, you can sit there and argue the point. It's not because they're not that great. It's because, you know what? They're just different ones because they need counterparts. Just like I need a husband, I need a wife, kind of thing. Family. It's nothing to do with, oh, because he's greater than this and greater than that. Y'all created this so you guys can seem correct and people would follow y'all because you wanted to be the bigger, badder kid in the playground, being the bigger bully or some bullshit. That's how I feel that it is. And they can argue it till they're blue in the face because there's nothing that they can prove theoretically that is correct. Because there's so much stuff in the Bible that I've read, and I actually have four, count it, 4 degrees from a Bible college. On top of it, because my grandmother had actually sent me to Bible college. So, unlike a lot of these preachers, I actually have a doctorate degree. So, I am actually, and I can actually be a preacher if I wanted to, but I actually don't want to be because I would actually rather be a priestess. You know, I would rather follow something that in my heart I feel it's true. It's actually in my roots because when I go out in nature and I call my corners and I call Hecate, I call Hera, I call Kali, I call the ones I believe in. I don't have to open a freaking book. I call them out in nature and believe me, they let me know that they're there. The wind will start blowing. I can feel the energy on my skin. I mean, thank you. I mean, it like I said, I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. I'm just trying to open it. I'm trying to teach people to be open-minded because there's so many people that are closed-minded. I mean, me, I'm open-minded because I have friends that are Christians that they'll come to me and ask me questions like, "Hey, Tabby, there's this system going on. What do I use around my house?" Like, I have a friend that, she believes in the spirituality. And she'll message me when there's stuff going on and she'll ask me, "What do I do this for this and this and this?" And I'll let them know. And they'll ask me about spirituality stuff and they'll use it and they let me know, "Hey, it worked. Thank you for letting me know." So we have respect. There's a lot of us. I have Catholic friends, I have friends that are Buddhist, and I study different things. I mean, I have tons of books on different religions. I study everything. I mean, I follow between Native American, Buddhist, and then my spirituality with my witchcraft. So I'm open minded 100%. It's just my problem with religion is because, and my phone is just so disrespectful right now, and I apologize for that. My alarm with the noises outside because of the sound. It's always going off in my videos because we had people that broke into my neighbor's house across the street, and we had to put up alarm systems and to protect the area and make sure everything's kosher. This happens every time I do a video. And on top of it, they're testing our storm sirens and it's setting off my alarms. And I'm like, and I'm expecting packages too. So, like, is it Amazon or? Gotta love it when it happens. I haven't even ate nothing and I'm burping. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm trying to do is if I can actually get where, if anything, if religious people can be open-minded themselves and let people live their life and quit trying to change them. Thank you. I appreciate it. Most people say I'm entertaining, so I'm hyperactive. They get a kick out of me. So I'm like doing 50 million things at one time. Like, "Girl, you're hyperactive. You're everywhere. You're better than the comedy channel." And I'm like, "Thanks." Well, it's not really scary. It was actually pretty good around here. We hadn't had really no really bad stuff happening. Because it's like our third year here this year, and thank you. I really appreciate that, Jacob. Thank you, sweetheart. Um, But yeah, it happened this year when my neighbors really right across the street. My husband and me, we were sitting out in our truck talking. We had literally just got in from shopping, and it was last year, right at Christmas. We had just got done shopping for our sons for Christmas because our sons are 20 and 17, and we were just sitting in the truck, just chilling, talking, making plans about moving this year, and we had seen someone coming out of our neighbor's backyard and walking down the street with like a whole bunch of shit in their arms, and we were sitting there just like, and my husband was like, "Do you know who that is?" And I'm like, "No." So he turned on the trunk and we pulled out real quick, and then we started talking. Oh yeah. So we followed him, and my husband's like, "What are you doing?" And the guy's like, "Well, this is all my stuff." And the guy was sitting there bold faced lying to my husband. And then my husband's like, "Oh, you know them, huh?" And the dude was sitting there like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, I know them. It's my stuff." My husband's like, "Okay, then let's go back there then." And so the dude turned around, acted like he was going to walk back there to the place from stealing from my neighbors. And then I popped up because the dude turned her back around like he was going to run. I was like, "Hey!" as loud as I could. And as soon as he heard me scream, he dropped everything and he ran. So luckily, me doing that, he didn't get nothing. And we stopped him stealing our neighbor's stuff. But if we hadn't stopped him, he would have got away with like thousands of dollars of my neighbor's tools, food. He was going to steal like burgers, soda, I mean, tools. Because my neighbor, he has like his own business. I mean, because he's had his own business for like forever. So if the dude had played his cards right and went over there and knocked on my neighbor's door, my neighbor would have gave him a job. But the guy was being free, you know what I mean? So next week I got to go in and do like a lineup to identify the dude. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. But so yeah, we help save our neighbors, from losing their stuff. And then 2 weeks later, saw the dude again. He had fishing rods. My neighbor was actually missing fishing rods. So my husband and me was staking him out. Yeah, they were calling us the modern day superheroes, and they were laughing at me because I was wanting to jump out the truck and beat the crap out of the guy. And the cop's like, "You should have let your wife do it. She looks like she can handle it." So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I hated it because I don't, I don't like people that do that, especially when people, they work hard and they put hard effort in, and it's like, dude, get out and get a job. It's like, I mean, because my husband's working hard, and we struggled for so long, and we did it, and we finally got somewhere. And I know that if you put the time in and you dedicate yourself to it, you can get somewhere. My husband's truck driving for a really good company now, and it's actually a career. And he can actually retire with this place. So, and he's well taken care of with this company. And he's been with this company for like 14 years now. I mean, he started at the bottom, now he's at the top and gets killer benefits. So, I mean, it's doable. You start off as a P link and then you work your way up to the top. And it's just like you have to be patient. And just like me, like right now, I'm doing YouTube. I'm offering, different things for free. And then I'm working on my writing, which I like doing fictional writing. I throw in some of my supernatural stuff. And then after I get some of my fictional stuff out there, I'm going to sell my stories. And then I want to start selling some of my pictures. And then different things like that. Things like that, I'm going to sell. But I don't want to do stuff with my gift because I feel that my gift I was given to help people, not to use it for money. Well, where we live, because we live in Texas. So where we live at, it's actually a good area to truck drive because we don't get really bad weather. I mean, literally, we just got snow. That's all we really got. And it really didn't last that long. So, I mean, the worst thing we get maybe might be a tornado. So, other than that, we're good. So, truck driving here is actually, it's good. So, I mean, here's the best place to truck drive. But, I mean, there's so many different companies out here fighting for truck driving because it's a good place to truck drive is Texas. Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Orleans, anywhere in the South, it's a good place to truck drive because it's a lot of business. So, I mean, like if you're transporting cars, it's a good place to truck drive. Because he actually truck drives for a big grocery store. It's kind of like I don't know a big place up where you live, but it's like a really big grocery store, and it's a popular one down here in Texas. So they get really taken care of. I mean, and here we don't have to worry about like icy roads. We don't have to worry about anything like that. Like I said, we get rain, but I mean the only thing we might have to worry about is like flooding. But like I said, flooding or tornadoes. Dust tornadoes, that could be a possibility. Um, Maybe drought. I hate it when we get drought because it gets so dry out here. It's like, oh my god. But yeah, where you live, it'll probably be really dangerous because I know that Netherlands, y'all get like a lot of snow out there. It's beautiful where you live. Because Lucy Lawless lives where you live, and Carl Irving lives where you live. I mean, I would love to live out there because it's gorgeous land out there. Because that's where they filmed like Xena and Hercules and lush, beautiful land. That's kind of land I like. Where we live, I hate it. I hate it. It's like hardly no greenery here. And I'm such a green witch. I love trees. I love grass. I love flowers. I got dirt and dead grass. But oh, I hate it. Like no, it's horrible. Um, we actually had a guy. I think that was he was from I think Switzerland, and he moved up to Ohio because he wanted to make more and more money. He's working with his uncle. He was truck driving down here, but he wasn't being patient to make the money that he wanted. But I mean, for us to have two kids, and we're actually making decent money. And I like the money we're making. I mean, it's just you just have like I said. I mean, because we started at the bottom of it, and now seeing where we're at, it's actually good money. So I'm not mad at it, but people just have to be patient and not just result to being crime syndicate people, like the people that broke into like my neighbor's area. I mean that did upset me. That's one reason why I'm wanting to move because it's just like that irritated me. They know where we live too on top of it. So I'm like, I got weapons in my house. I got baseball bats, daggers, machetes. So I'm prepared. I got bow and arrows, and I'll throw it down in this house. Tasers. I'm gonna go get some mace. Whoop somebody's ass. I ain't gonna kill them. I'm gonna beat the shit out of them. They're gonna regret coming up in this hizzy. But yeah. Um Mm-hmm. Exactly. I love nature. That's we lived in Colorado 1 year, and it's before we came back to this side of Texas, and I fell in love with Colorado. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I went hiking all the time, and I went hiking out at Garden of the Gods, and it. Well, me being native, I like having things, and me, of course, looking up to Xena, and I gave a lot of ideas to the producers of Xena. I was a huge fan, so of course I was into doing a lot of martial arts, and I took martial arts. And it's hard telling because me being this big now, I used to be a lot tinier, but I got into injuries, and then I got where I didn't move much, so I packed on weight. Drinking soda didn't help, and I just depression, and I just gave up. So I need to get myself motivated again, and that's another reason why I started YouTube, so people can see me get motivated again, so people can see my growth. And with my growth, I want to also, invigorate other people to get, you know, motivated with me, that see me do it, and maybe people that look up to me maybe will do it with me as well. Um but yeah, with me doing all that, um I went ahead and decided, shit, I'm gonna stock up on weapons. I've been stocked up. We used to have katana swords. uh my husband decided to get rid of them because when the youngest was about like 2 or 3, he was worried that they were going to play with them. So yeah, I miss hiking too. I mean, that was the best thing that I used to do back when I was younger. And when we lived out in Colorado, that's what I used to do. I used to hike so much out there. I mean, especially because the landscape out there was just so gorgeous. I had never seen nothing like that because we had just moved there from El Paso, Texas, and El Paso is just nothing but desert, like straight up desert. And I mean, it was just ugly. There was no trees, no water. We had mountains, and we had this like really cool like star that they put up on the mountain, but that was like it. But El Paso was butt ugly. I mean, and then we have like really bad pollution out there because of all the power plants out there. That's another thing that I hate, that I wish they would stop using power plants, and they would do like the greenhouse effect and do more like solar panel and like the windmill, so they can cut down on the pollution. I mean, because you would have like rings of pollution out in El Paso, and it was just nasty. And then you get to a certain part of El Paso, you would smell the Rio Grande, and it was like, oh, I don't know how people swim across that. It was nasty. Oh, man, that thing stunk like it smelled worse than probably all the horrors in the world put together. I was like, eh. Pardon my French, but seriously, it smelled like everybody in the world decided to take a dump in one hole and flush it together at one time. And I was like, ugh. It was gross. I wanted to puke. It was just nasty. Man, I was begging just to get on the other side of town. It was bad. I want more greenhouse stuff. I would actually like more Yeah, and I feel bad what's happening in China right now. And to me, I know a lot of people will probably get mad at me, but I think it has to do with Trump. I really do. Because honestly, I think Kim Jong Un, and Putin has something to do with it, with that whole viral thing. I think it's something that they're testing. And because China is one of our leading competitors that send a lot of stuff to America, that for one, they're overpopulated. Two, they're the ones that have the best technology. I mean, we get half our technology from them. Yeah, and they're scary people too. And they're friends, and they don't like China. The three of them hate China, and watching them talk about China scare me. And then weirdly enough, the people in China, all of them get sick. It's like Resident Evil. And I'm sitting here like, because me and my son were talking, my son and I, we were sitting there talking about that, and I was sitting there joking around about, I'm like, dude, what's, one of these days something's going to happen, and watch, it's going to happen to China. It's going to be Resident Evil. Not even a month ago, I was joking about that shit. Not even a month ago. My son's like, Mom, you scare me. And I'm like, dude, dude. He's like, Mom, what the hell? And I'm like, dude, I was just joking. He's like, Mom, your gift is some bullshit. I'm like, dude, I was just joking. He's like, some umbrella shit. And I'm like, man, I know. I'm like, beachy bath salts. I'm like, oh my God. But see, the thing is to me, I think that they are literally putting things up in the sky, kind of like weather things, because I think they're testing out new kind of like designer diseases, and they're trying to find out a new way to do chemical warfare and find a way to kill out populations without sending people in, so they don't have to worry about having soldiers going and dying, and then they could kill people quicker with sickness, and they could do it with illness and not be linked to it. And the thing is, me putting this up on YouTube is what's gonna. I hope I don't get busted for this thought of mine, but I'm gonna put this out there anyway, because honestly, I've had this thought in my head for a long time. I've had dreams about it. I've had visions about it, and I want people to kind of open their minds about it, because there's been new diseases popping up. There's been new viral strands that have never been heard of, that looks like combinations of viruses. It is. And the bad thing is because people are not paying attention to it enough. People are walking by thinking that we're fine, that we're immortal, that we have all this time in the world. We don't. Life is fragile. We are literally like porcelain dolls, and we can. Hey, Aramis. I am gonna do readings next week. I'm just in here doing talks right now. I finished up on my reading, sweetie. If you want to pop in next week, I can go ahead and do a reading. It'll probably be on Friday, Friday afternoon. Okay, if it sounds good. We're talking about diseases and bad stuff about Trump. Not sure if you want to be in here for that. Resident Evil type of shit. I'm just randomly talking shit. I haven't had sleep. I'm just randomly being goofy. It's kind of stuff that happens on my channel, typically. But I'm talking about kind of like, scientists being making designer drugs, like, or designer weather stuff, and trying to kill people, which I've been saying they've been trying to do that for a long time, and people don't think about it, because like me, the way I see it, especially here where I live. Oh, okay. I definitely don't want to get you in trouble, so if you're at work, then I can do it Friday. I normally stay online for about close to 2 hours, because a lot of people pop in when I'm doing readings. So I try to be on here enough to give people enough time to come in. Cool. Yeah. I mean, because if you notice, if you live in America, and I'm going to go ahead and put this here, and it's something that I want a lot of people to pay attention to. There are certain planes that come over above, and they have these white streaks, and they stay in the sky, and they do not dissipate. They stay up there for a long damn time, and they sit there for a while, and then they start fanning out slowly, and it takes them a long time to dissipate. And then weirdly enough, after they dissipate, the weather starts shifting and people start getting sick quick right after that crap happens. To me, I think they are one, they're playing with the weather. After they're playing with the weather, there's something in that, not just the weather that they're changing, but I also think there's stuff in there that's dealing with illnesses that they're releasing within the chemicals within that. So, and it's something that not only I've noticed after a while, so I'm thinking that they're trying, one, weaponize weather, two, weaponize illnesses, because other people have been trying to do that for years, but I feel that they've been trying to do it for a long time. So I think that's why, one, Donald Trump has been friends with Kim Jong-un and Putin, because these are two people that have been trying to weaponize shit like that for a while. I mean, what's the best weapon you can have that is the most traceable thing that you can do? You know, weaponize a killer freaking hurricane, weaponize a badass tornado, weaponize a serious flu virus. And guess what? You can't sit there and blame that on the president. You can't blame that on a dictator. You can't blame nobody. It's just something that just popped up because guess what? Someone just started coughing and didn't wash their hands at work. You can't blame that on someone. It's just something that happens. And people don't logically think about this. And people start thinking when you see those planes come out, pay attention how the weather changes and how quick people start getting sick. Because ever since those things happened, I've been paying attention because I've been getting visions about it. I've been paying attention. I've been getting my witchy senses have been tingling like a mug. And like I said, I know I'm probably gonna get in trouble with this, and I'm not trying to get myself in trouble, but I already did the reading, Kayla. Right now, we're just talking about random stuff, sweetheart. Yeah, yeah. They also call it elimination of population. It's one thing me and my mom, we were talking about it for a while with other people. The chemtrails. And if you want, Kayla, I do readings on Friday most of the time. So if you want a reading, you can pop in on Friday in the afternoon. Probably around 8, 9 o'clock is normally when I typically do my nighttime readings. I just popped on to do it today because I missed my Friday reading this week because my husband was off Friday. So that's why I did it today, and I did it earlier. If you want to rewind the video, I did it. I was joking around a lot earlier, but what I normally do is I do just a random reading, and if it pertains to you, I do one just like that. And then if the message, it seems like it's pertaining to you, you could take the message that it's there and use it and apply it. And then after I do that typical reading, then if anybody wants a reading on their own, I try to read as many people as I can until I'm just like drained. And then I go ahead and just answer as many questions as I can. And then I just dismiss everybody, or I sit around and talk like I am right now, just ranting and raving until I'm just like, okay, I'm spent. If that sounds cool. Because I do a lot of random shit on my channel. Because I do readings, I do clothing reviews, witch box reviews. I might start doing makeup, music. What else? I don't know. I will be doing my witch casket. I should be getting that in a few days. Yeah, exactly. Completely agree. I do agree. And to me, I feel that, it's messed up to me, and they're not thinking about it because they're not caring who they're doing it to, because it's more like they want the richer. You know what I mean? They don't want like people like us, like more like the middle class people. It's like the middle class down. We're like we're like the ones that's sponging off of society. We're the ones that are like the roaches to them. We're the scum of society to them. We're the ones that it's been good, dude. If you're heading out, dude, it's cool. If anything, I'm probably head this out, and then if anything pops up this week, because like I don't know when my witch casket box will come in, but I'm gonna do a review on it because I'm becoming an affiliate. Oh, okay. um I'm becoming an affiliate for Witch Casket, and I need to ask them if they want me to do codes for them. And I really like Witch Casket. It's a really cool one. It's from the UK. It's a subscription, which I did get my subscription thingy from them, I think. Um, which they should have took it out of my account, and I don't know why they haven't yet. I might have to wait till Thursday, or I can go to the bank today and fix that. All right. Yeah, so if anybody would like to subscribe to the Witch Casket too, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jake. Wait, did I subscribe to the right one? Back out, back out, back out. I'm rest of the world. Did the wrong one. Shit. I'm a dork. No. Yes. You're welcome, dude. Yes, continue as Tabitha. Stinging PayPal. I mean, PayPal is such a dork. It does not know me. It has to keep asking me stupid questions like, continue as me? Yes, continue as me. No, the other way. No, you're cool, dude. Don't worry about it. There we go. Thank you. You're good. You're awesome, dude. Don't worry about it. Woohoo! I got my box. Okay. But if you are curious about getting them, they are actually really cool. If you are into witchy stuff, I do, totally suggest them. They're out of England. Yeah, they're out of England. See, that one right there. They're actually a really good one. I like them. I also get Witch's Moon. They have really cool stuff. I mean, because I actually got from Witch's Moon, I got like this really cool skull. I got Hectate, which I got to start bringing some of the take. I think I have some pictures. Did I take pictures? Well, actually, my tarot card. This right here is from the Witch's Moon. That one right here. That holds my tarot card box. Well, tarot card box. That holds my tarot cards. I got that from the Witch's Moon. I like that. Let me put that up. Oh, my knees. I'm getting old. Ouch. Put that there. I would bring out my mortar bit that I got from the witch's casket, but I gotta drag it out and put it back in. Thank you. I have so many different, I mean, I have the whole setup. I've got the mortar. I have the chalice, the bells, the athame. I have a wooden mortar that I found at an antique shop that I fell in love with. I actually found me a bass cat that my heart just went swoon. I mean, this antique shop here where I live was just like killing me. It even had like the mask that I like. So I like the voodoo mask out of Africa. I'm trying to find a lot of the Native American ones too, because I have weird eclectic collections that I want. I still want to get my Kachana dolls. I still want to get different things like that and bring in my collections and properly show, so I can show some of the younger witches how to properly, like if for ones that want to learn how to properly dress their altars, I can show them how. Or show them typically, like if they want a cheap way to do it, I can show them to where they don't have to overspend, because a lot of people will overcharge. Yeah, I mean, because like some people, like for a pewter athame, trying to charge you like $100 and something for a pewter athame is like bullshit. Like a pewter athame, they shouldn't charge you no more than $15. Seriously. And then trying to sit there and tell you more. Pewter one, it bends. So no, more than 15 is bullshit. It should be like $10, honestly. I even have a crystal ball. I need to get me some more runes because I lost all my runes because the boys thought they were part of Yu-Gi-Oh! So they lost all my runes. Yeah. So I need to get me runes. My runes, I paid $5 for my runes, but the ones I really want to get are $20. But these ones are heavier runes. These ones are actually stone runes. So these ones I would say they're worth it. But both my sons now, they know that what they are, but they were actually using them when they were playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I was dying. I was laughing. And then when we were moving, I was like, where the hell are my runes? Because me being, I have Irish in my roots. And I'm like, seriously? Now they're sitting there. I'm like, oh my God. They still play. I mean, my son, he has cards that are worth some serious money. He has cars that are in good condition that are probably over $500 that he's planning to sell. Because he finally found out to keep them. We got him sleeves to put them in sleeves, and we finally told him how to collect them the correct way. And he's found channels on YouTube to follow them and see how to sell them, and he's finding out how much they're worth now, and he is hitting the floor at how expensive some of them are. I mean, he has some of the old school like Exodia, like Cypher, Obelisk, I mean, he has the old school, old. Some that have like the sheen on them with some of the sparkles, like the old school traditional ones. We spent some serious money on these cards. Like my mom, when she got her settlement check, I mean, she spent some hardcore money on these cards. I mean, when she got the 3 Egyptian cards, she paid like $300 to get all 3 of these cards, and these things came straight out of China. And so we put them in 3 little sleeves, and we didn't let him play with them, even though he wanted to frickin' play with them. We didn't even let him touch them. Yeah, he does. And he's happy about it because he's in college now. He does online college and he's studying to be a chef. So he's planning once he graduates from being a chef, he wants to sell some of them and put it towards like his tuition, anything that he owes, which I need to talk to the college and see. I don't know why they don't have him with any grants. Um but he wants to put it towards if he owes anything and then use the rest of the money for whatever he has left. And I'm like, are you sure that's what you want to do? I mean, because you've been collecting these cards since he was like 3 and he's 20 now. He's going to be 21 this year. And I'm like, are you sure you want to do that, sweetheart? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, let me see if I can get you a grant first, you know? So, I mean, he's been collecting these things since he was 3. His brother, that's going to be 18 this year, he's in collecting them now. So, he looked up to Emerald Lagasse, and that was one of his first favorite chefs was Emerald. And then his next chef was, of course, the world famous Chef Ramsay. And then his favorite artist is Bob Ross. So I have him tons of stuff with Bob Ross. That was his favorite artist in the world. Is it's a happy tree. There's no mistakes. It's a happy little bird. So it's his favorite people. And honestly, with Emerald, he's a happy upbeat guy. With Bob, happy upbeat guy. And then you have Ramsey, the mean guy. So you have a quite interesting mixture there. You're sitting there just like you have all these really sweet guys, and in the middle you have this crazy one. I'm still trying to find that really cool Louisiana one that had that real strong Bayou accent, the old man. I remember watching him. I'm trying to find that one so he can watch him because I grew up watching that one too. And Lydia Child and who else did I used to watch? Because I used to watch Emerald too, but I'm trying to get him to watch some of the other ones. Because I grew up watching some old ones. But I'm the one who showed him Bob Barker. I was trying one day to calm him down because he was having a really bad day. So I was trying to get him to calm down and meditate. And then, I mean, he really got into Bob, and I was dying because he was wanting to watch Emerald so freaking bad. And it was the day Emerald wasn't coming on. And I mean, he was going to be pissed. And I put it on Bob, and he was really getting into it. He was really chill and really calm. And I was like, okay. And then from then on, it was Emerald and Bob, Emerald and Bob. And then he liked Ming Tsai. Yeah, he does some abstract work from Bob. He does a little abstract, but he can actually paint some really good ones and draw. But the one that he liked was Ming Tsai from Create that we get here. And then he likes Iron Chef. He loves watching Iron Chef. And then because he liked Mark Dacascos and his uncle. I just told him I didn't like Bobby Flay because he was so fake. I was like, I'm like, he got with Jada. And he started laughing at me. He goes, Mom, you know them and their drama too much. I'm like, dude, I know chefs, okay? I know proper food, and they messed up, and you don't be sitting here going from one chef's kitchen to another chef's kitchen and messing in their kitchen. You don't do that. No, that's messed up. Like hell no. Messed up. Messed up. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's what he's doing. And then my youngest, that's going to be 18. He's still in high school, and he's doing auto mechanic and auto body work. And then if he gets good enough, he wants to work on exotic body cars. He wants to do exotic. He wants to do everything. He wants to do engine work. He wants to do body work, frame work, everything. So his favorite thing is I think he wants to work with Bugattis, and hello, happily ever after. So yeah, that's what the youngest wants to do. I'm good, sweetie. How are you? You're welcome, sweetheart. I'm glad to hear that you're good. Ugh, my Sprite got flat. Bleh. I think I'm gonna put some soda in that because it's nasty. Gonna mix some wild cherry up in there. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I tried to get him into something I knew he would like because he didn't know what he wanted to try, and he was kind of giving up on school. I totally agree. That's cool, Jake. I hear you, buddy. My Sprite went totally flat on me. I was like, ugh. Yeah, the youngest, Alex, he had passion for school when he was younger, but it's like he got bullied for a while, and then people were being really mean, and then he just lost hope because like none of the adults were listening to him, and he was trying, he was actually getting good grades, and it's just like they had no faith in him, and then he was just like fuck it. He didn't care no more. He felt that they just had no care for him. So the way his attitude was like, you know what, I ain't gonna be here for this. Y'all ain't here for me, then I ain't gonna mess with this. That's how his attitude was. And it literally took me almost 7 years to get him back to being inspired in school again. I mean, I haven't seen that sparkle in his eye until I got him back into mechanics. I mean, he used to love going to school. He used to love being in school. I mean, he used to actually call the principal when he got sick and I had to keep him home and he was running a fever. He used to call the principal and tell him I was kidnapping him from school. And the principal would come to the house and I'm like, can I help you? He's like, Alex said you kidnapped him from school. I'm like, he's running a freaking fever. The principal laughing at the door, and I'm like, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, Alex called me. He said you kidnapped him from school. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you want to see the note? I had to give him the dang note. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. So I had to keep the phone in the bedroom with me because my freaking 5-year-old was over here getting me in trouble talking about, you're trying to keep me from school. Familiar, behave yourself. Trying over here use a utensil. Behave, Roman. Cats. This never fails. Trying to record something and a cat won't stay out of the picture. Furry Maine Coons. Ugh. Ugh. Attention whores, I tell you. Get away. No. Stop. Unguard, pussycat. There. It's in the trash. Fucker. My mom's cat. Roman Reigns. That's his damn name, and he's a brat. Takes on the name well. Sexy beast. He's a Siamese Maine Coon. Yep, Siamese Maine Coon. He's a turd. He's a turd. He's a turd. You got a hair in your eye? I know. Life would be boring without him. He makes life interesting. He does. He's too smart for his own good. He actually listens. And he knows what you're telling him, too. He's freaking smart. But with Xander, back to him. After I gave the principal the notes, Xander's all cowering because he knows I'm mad at him. He gives me the phone, and I'm like... And so... After that, he enjoys school for about 2 more years. And then he loses his shine. Aww. My aunt used to have rabbits. I haven't been around rabbits in a while. When we finally have our own property, my husband is going to get me huskies. I wanted hybrids, but... I might have to get around someone that can get me a wolf husky hybrid. But I used to have a wolf out in Colorado, but I had to leave it. I had 2 wolves. I had me a boy and a girl, but I had to leave it supposedly because Texas law wouldn't let me have it, supposedly. Pissed me off. I had Demon, and then I had Simone. And I wanted to bring them both with me, and I couldn't. It sucked. I wanted to bring my wolves with me. My friends gave them to me, and they were so cute. I had me a black and white one. Solid black and white one. And they would give me such cute puppies when they got big, so I was going to breed them too. So I gave them to my other friends that wanted them, and they told me that they would take really good care of them for me, and I was like, ugh. It broke my heart to leave them because I wanted wolf pups forever, and finally went and got me some, and I was so excited, and I loved listening to them howl, and I was like, oh my God. Would you stop it? Stop it. I'm playing with paper foil now. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, Roman. But, yeah. So, hopefully, after we get our permanent home, I will actually be able to get my huskies. And, that'll be my closest to having wolves again. And I will breed my babies. Aww. You know, it's weird. That's mostly what we have in my house is black and white cats. Mostly. We have a tabby cat, and he's the only one out of the house that is not black and white. This is tabby cat. All of them else is black and white. We used to have more tabby cats, but they all passed away. I had me a white and gray tabby. No, I mean a white and gray Siamese. And then I had me a white and light yellow rare Siamese. That was huge. He died. The Siamese and the other 2 Siamese died. They were poisoned by a weird lady. And then his daughter and his baby mama died. His daughter died of a spider bite. And his baby mama, the vets killed her. They overdosed his baby mama. Killed us all. His baby mama was named Wolfette because she looked like a wolf because she was tabby and she had mane like this. She looked like a wolf. She was beautiful. And I loved her to death and shit. I never liked female cats, but yeah. And then his daughter, we named her Tina Turner. At first, we named her Constantine because I thought she was a boy. But then we named her Constantina. And then her name became Tina Constantina Turner because we found out she was a girl. And then his son, which was her twin, Leo, he died. He had a weird stomach bug that came on and he never recovered from it. And he passed away. And he was my husband's cat. And we named him after Leonardo from Ninja Turtles. And he passed. And they both were twins, so they looked like Wolfette. So they both had the mane. And they were beautiful cats. So, I mean, we had a lot of pets that passed away and it sucked. I mean, because when we lived in our own home that we had before this one, we had at least 14 cats. We had a lot. So we took in a lot so they wouldn't get killed because the people were actually killing them. And these were Maine Coons that they were killing. And Maine Coons are rare cats. So the whole mythology behind them is they're half bobcat, half raccoon. And they get sold expensive too. And so I was like, heck no. And these were his babies on top of it. So I was like, no, I ain't going to do that. So he got sad. So I was like, no, I ain't getting rid of his babies. So I only have one of his babies left. I have his son, which is Riddick. Which, yes, I named after Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick. And I named after Vin Diesel. Yes. I'm very eclectic with my movies too. So my husky, my first husky female, she's going to be named Elvira. And I think I'm going to name my male. I don't know what I'm going to name my male. I'm still thinking about it. I need to come up with a cool male name. I think I might name him. I don't know. I was thinking Valentine. Valentine and Elvira, or Valentine in October. Can't make up my mind. Thank you. Well, the Siamese that passed away that I just told you about, the gray and white one, he was supposed to be my oldest son's cat. His name was Yu-Gi-Oh! My light white and yellowish orange, his name was Xavier. I named him after Professor Xavier because I loved Professor Xavier off of X-Men. Then we had Wolfette, Tina, Leo, Roman Reigns, Nikki. I have a chocolate Burmese, Siamese. That's Anubis. Lord Anubis, god of death. Then I have my brat cat. He's upstairs. He's my lard ass. He's more white than black. Named him Spitfire. When my husband brought him home to me, he was a little shit. He's all. I'm like, man, he's such a little Spitfire. My husband was like, Spitfire! So Spitfire was dubbed Spitfire. So I was like, okay. And weirdly enough, Skylander game came out, and what was one of the characters' name? Spitfire. And so everyone thought I named my cat after a damn Skylander. I'm like, no, I named my cat Spitfire before the damn Skylander game came out. Copycats. They copied me. And then, of course, my kids love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the anime, right? And of course, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, they copy the band names like Lisa Lisa, JoJo, Dio, Cars. Okay, so of course, my kids, they like the bad guy. My son finally gets a cat that helps him with his therapy and everything. And what does he name his cat? Dio. Let me show you this one. Come here, Lord Dio. Come here. This is my youngest's baby. This is Dio. Say hi, baby. This is the mechanics' baby. And Roman adopted him. Roman is such a mama cat. So it's a kitty cat hour. See what I mean? There are more black than white cats in this house. Total witch. I have cats everywhere. And I also have a turtle. Crash. Dude crush. And yes, Finding Nemo. I love Disney and Pixar. And I love his eyes. He has beautiful eyes. Theo. And he is Siamese. And he's so freaking cute. I love his paws. Every single paw, they're white socks. He's got a white belly button. Say hi. And he's gotten so big since we got him. He was so tiny. And he walked up to my son and, Daddy. And he loves my son. So he's got my son cheered up so much. Oh, you don't want me putting you down, do you? And see, my cat Spitfire, he's the opposite. He's literally a cat cow. He has splotches of black. He's more white than black, and he's got like cow marks. So that's why I call him cat cow. And his tail is black, and it sticks straight up in the air like an antenna. I'm like, dude, seriously? He's like excited. I'm like, dude, calm down, man. Yeah, I had a tabby cat that I called Socks. He was my buddy. I missed him so much. He was like my best friend. Believe it or not, he was Roman's dad, Socks. I had to get on to he was like my best friend. Believe it or not, he was Roman's dad, Socks. I had to get on to him, and that's why Roman is smart, because Socks was trying to kill his kittens. And I was chewing his butt out, and my mom heard me, and I was like, you better not kill your kittens. I'm not going to feed you no more. I'm not going to take care of you. Blah, blah, blah. I was out there chewing his butt out. The next morning, he was going underneath the trailer, picking out all his kittens. Roman wasn't born at this time. No, he's Roman's grandpa. He was going underneath one of the abandoned trailers, taking out the kittens and taking them to my mom's trailer. And my mom's like, Tabitha, you really had to go out there and chew his ass out. Now what I'm going to do with all these kittens? And I was sitting out there laughing. I'm like, I didn't think you going to take them to your house. Where you want to go, baby? You want to go with your daddy? You going to get daddy? You going to get daddy? Go get daddy? Go get daddy? Go get daddy? You go back on the chair. You want to go back on the chair, big boy? Yeah. Yeah, so he did that. He had Patches, Spiral, Pepe, Damon, and Cleopatra at that time. And Spiral was Roman's mom. And then her first litter, she had Spike and Wolfie, Wolfette, And then I brought Wolfette in because my mom, she originally wanted Spike. And she couldn't bear to bring Spike in. Because Spike, he had this unique personality and she couldn't bear to break his wildness. So, is your puppy dog outside, bro? He loves my neighbors back here have this big white husky, and this crazy cat loves the husky. The cat is crazy. And he loves squirrels. This cat's fucking nuts. He's smart, but he likes other animals. He like wants to play with them. This cat is crazy. But anyway, his mama, when she had Wolfette, I brought her in because I thought she was a girl. Not a girl. I thought she was a boy. And then I found out she was a girl. At first, I was like, I don't want to keep her. But she was so sweet. And she was smart. And then she loved everybody. And then she literally was in love with my husband. She loved my husband. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to keep her. And so she literally warmed up to everybody. And then Roman was born. And I playing with paper towels. Hang on. Roman, you shithead. I'm not ignoring you. Quiet. Behave. You butthole. Do I have to hide everything in the house from you, dude? You're a butt nugget. This cat is a pain in my ass at times. I love him, but I'm going to choke him. Yes, they are. They are very interesting. Them and their crazy little tiny spiritual souls that they say they don't have that I know they have. Turds. But yeah. Once he was born, my mom, she lost her Maine Coon Furby. And he was just a unique creature all on his own. He was a 20-pound Maine Coon. And he was a light gray, almost like a silverish blue Maine Coon. And when I saw Roman, I knew that he was going to be a cat to kind of warm that place for my mom. So I went and got him. And at first she was like kind of antsy about getting him. But I knew she was going to warm up to him. And now she couldn't think of anywhere of not being with him. I mean, because now he's warmed up to her. He follows her all around the house now. That's cool. I'll go ahead and edit. And you have a good one, buddy. And you be safe. And you be careful on your commute. Everybody else, you have a good one. And I will see y'all on the next video. I'm going to go eat because I'm starving. And y'all be safe. Remember, today is a blessing. Tomorrow is not promised. So always be good and cherish what you have because you never know what the future has always had. Ooh, I did the same thing. I haven't had no sleep, dude. So I'm going to try to grab some food because I'm hungry and maybe try to get a little bit of sleep before this one over here gnaws me. He's like my little brother. He tattles on me. He literally, I call him little brother. My cats are my siblings. I have 2 little brothers. Yep. Mom's calling. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys. Yeah, mommy.